Hey, hi everyone. Uh, what's up? What's up? How are you guys doing? I am back after a long time, I guess. Welcome to this video. I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. This particular video, I will be trying svelte for the first time. I don't know the spelling of svelte. Svelte, yeah. We'll try this for the first time. What this is a framework which is like rising in popularity a lot these days. So a lot of people are actually coding in svelte, so we're gonna give it a try, and then we're gonna have a review sort of thing. How is it compared to React and other stuff? So now how are we gonna be starting in svelte? It's pretty simple. We're gonna start by building an authentication flow, and yeah, that's how it is. So ultimately what I can see over here is this is the terminal and this is create something like that. So this seems to be the way you get started. Let's quickly go to the terminal and go to our folder, and let's create the project, right? So we can say npx create uh, svelte. I don't know how many of you guys are watching. If you're here, hi, that would be amazing. That's available. Just want to see how many of you are actually watching YouTube live. That's more of what I want. Is it available to us? Just waiting. Hold on. Okay, let's continue. So we'll say svelte at latest, right? And then we'll name our application. So name like svelte auth flow. So auth flow, right? Uh yeah. And then we'll say okay. That will be, hold on. There is some issue with my, yeah, there you go. Yep, great. Okay. So now we have, oh, this is not working. Okay. Yarn create felt at latest. It will ask that for the name, I guess. Will ask for the name. I hope so. There you go. We have the name. Why things are just not working for us? Installed spelled with I don't know. Your current version of yarn is out of date. Yarn add hyphen d yarn. I think that's how you update yarn, I guess. There you go. I have updated yarn, and let's say this again. Okay. So go to docs and let's go to get started. Do we have get started? Start a new project. That's what we want. So we have npm create. Let's use npm is also good. I mean, we should not so we'll call it svelte auth flow, right? A very simple application, and we'll say yes, right? And then it's saying, what do you want to use? Do you want to use a svelte demo kit, a skeleton application? I'll say a skeleton application is what I would need. Yes, JavaScript is something which I need. Add prettier. Yeah, we want to add this. We want to add all of that. Okay, great. I don't know, does did it actually add it or not? So let's see how the structure of a svelte app. So a svelte app, as I can see, there's a source directory and there's a static directory. I think this is like the public directory we have in React. This stores all the public resources like images and icons and stuff like that. Then you have an app HTML. The HTML seems to be a little bit different. Okay. And then you have a declare global namespace and all those things. Right. And then you have routes where you have all the routes. Okay. Let's get started by installing stuff. So we'll go to terminal and we'll say yarn. So is it yarn or npm? I don't know. Let's use yarn. It's throwing some error, but we'll ignore these errors right now. I hope so. This is bro, all these plus react, this their routing is, I have heard from like a few of the videos which I've watched, that their routing is really interesting. Like it's something from which the next router is also, I think, inspired from. So the naming convention dot page and all those things, I think it is inspired from svelte, right? So I don't know, Svelte is inspired from Next.js or Next.js is inspired from Svelte, but one is definitely the case. Okay. So there we go. We have the things installed, and let's see what do we have in the package.json. We have a dev build preview and check. So we'll run dev, which is for development, and there you go. Amazing. We haven't started our application. We have the initial success. Finally, that's amazing. Let's move ahead quickly. Okay. So we have the first application to us, and now what we'll do is we'll do some modifications, and we'll see how and conveniently this has also provided the documentation. So we'll go to docs, and then we'll say, okay, what do we need? We need felt. I think, do we have Tailwind CSS? How do we add Tailwind CSS to this? Let's see, how do we add Tailwind CSS to a Svelte application? Oh, thank you, Danish. Bro, Abina, I'm actually doing, like, I don't know. Kabhi sometimes, you just, that situation is not right to stream and all. So वैसा ही था, that was the case since like last 1 month. But now I'm back. Now you guys could request videos. Now you guys could give me some suggest topics and give me ideas to stream on, and we'll build all those things. Almost like I think from now onwards there will be regular streams. So all of you guys were here, Discord, please get there on the Discord, ask questions. There are a few questions still there. I know, you guys have asked, and I'll answer them, but just be active on Discord, right? And here we go. We will be installing Tailwind and Svelte. Let's do this. So what do they tell you? Like, how should I do it? Using framework guide, and I'll go to Svelte. Where is Svelte? Has Svelte kit? Yeah, that's what we want. So first of all, what you have to do is you have to install all these three packages. The process is pretty similar for all the frameworks. So we'll say yarn add as a development dependency. We'll add this one, which is we have added this. Next, what do we have? You have to go to svelte config.js. Let's go to svelte config.js, and what do? We add a wheat process, which is already added, I guess. Yeah. And then what you have to do is you have to open tailwind config, which we haven't. So to generate an tailwind config, you'll have to run this particular command, which basically generates this tailwind, whatever this file is, like tailwind config.js, and one more file which I don't remember the name of, tailwind config.js and post config.js. So it's use post css. Yeah, that's cool. So now once we have that, next thing what we'll do is we'll just copy the content from here. So where should we place our content? It's tailwind config.js. Why it is JS? It should be yes. Okay, whatever. So we have this, pretty cool. Okay, so I guess we can restart our server, and we should have Tailwind CSS. Hi, random work. What's up? How are you? How is life? How is your development going on? Do anyone, if you like, I am doing a lot of ML these days. I don't know, you guys are interested in ML, like core ML. I mean, like a neural net from scratch, not neural nets in general, right? If you guys are interested, we might do that someday, tomorrow or something like that. So let's restart this. I think we should have where is my, have you worked on Kafka? Yes, bro, I have worked on Kafka. 305173. There you go. Localhost 5173. Come on. Do I have to put HTTPS, something like that? When then it will work. Yeah, that's great. So we have this, but still our Tailwind CSS doesn't seem to be working. The reason is because we don't have this in app.css file. So let's quickly place this in app. Do we have any CSS file? We don't have any CSS file. That's amazing. Why don't we have any CSS? Place files you want to import through lib alias. How do we can you please stream on how to contribute to open source, live open source contribution? Sure. we'll do. I was actually planning to do a open source contribution stream. We'll try to contribute to some repo, like open, like we'll try to do some contribution, find some issues, fix them. We'll do that. We might do that in the next stream if everything goes according to plan. So Ashpreet Singh Anand is asking, can you explain what is it and how does it work? Watch your videos but still couldn't get it. Have I actually created a video on Kafka? I think I've created a video on TRPC or gRPC. gRPC. There's a video on gRPC. Okay, you want to understand what Kafka is? Okay, let me explain. Let me try to explain you. Let me give you a small idea of what Kafka is. That's an feature implementation. Let's hide that. That's a feature implementation of my company, actually. So let's do one thing. Kafka is very simple. What you do is you have. So let's understand the need of Kafka, and then you'll get it a little bit a nicer way. Like, do you know what a queue is? Right? No, I watch other YouTube video. Okay. Do you know what queue is? Queue is like, you have like a funnel. You give a task, right? You give a task, and that reaches the end, and that gets processed. Let's create a processing, and then you have an output, right? That's a queue, right? Let's complicate the queue. Let's create like a more complex version of queues. What you'll have multiple queues, right? You'll have multiple queues, right? You'll have multiple queues, right? And so on, right? So okay, I'll explain you by scenarios, right? I'll explain you Kafka by scenarios, right? Then this will make sense. So imagine a situation where you have a very large table, right? You have a lot of data, right? And you have an admin panel where user wants to export that data, right? So what will happen is the user will request for an export. Now if you process this in the same like response body, it is a very large processing, right? It will take 2-3 minutes, right? So what you do is you create a kind of like a queue of that particular thing, right? Kafka has like some of the core terminologies. I'll just show you that. We are getting distracted, but that's kind of okay, right? I think if you go this, I think somewhere I have seen a very good diagram of Kafka that like, yeah, this is what it is. So there is a publisher and there is a subscriber, right? So let me open this in new tab. This is kind of good. Okay, we have this. Okay, where is that diagram? Okay, here's that diagram. Okay, that's kind of cool. Open this in new tab. Let's go to the new tab. There you go. So how does this work is very is not that complex. You have a producer of like a particular task or a message. Typically you have a message, right? On the based on that message, you do some task. For example, I want to export all the data set and this is the configuration, right? I want to export all the users who have X criteria and that kind of thing. Where is the Discord link? Okay, you want the Discord link? Let's do that. Discord. Let's go to Discord. Open Discord. Come on. Yeah. So where is the stuff? Yeah, here's go. We'll go to invite people. We'll go copy the link and we'll paste it in the chat. That is my Discord. All of you guys who wish to join, please join. You can ask any questions over there to me, and probably I'll answer. Okay, we were discussing Kafka, right? So Kafka, basically you have a producer. You say, okay, I want to export all these data based on these configuration. You send that data and that's pushed to a like you have that Kafka broker. You push it to that, and that's under a queue now. That queue is called a topic, right? In Kafka term, right? For example, you could have like export user queue, right? Export user topic. So you just publish to that. Okay, so this is the message. Now someone subscribes to that queue, right? So it's like, okay, so we have subscribed to that queue. Now, once you publish, this guy who has subscribed to your queue will get that message. Okay, so this wants to, this is the email ID where I have to send the prepared data, and these are the configuration on which I have to filter the user. So now what you'll do is in your consumer, you'll write all the logic to extract the stuff from the database and create an Excel file out of it. And then you'll send it to a Gmail or any mail ID, right? You'll send it to a mail ID. So that's a normal use case of Kafka. Kafka is basically used for processing long running tasks over a queue, multiple queues actually. And it offers a very, like, it's very versatile as compared to other queue system like RabbitMQ and other stuff. It's very advanced. So it's like everything is like it maintains the order at which you push the items in the queue. It also maintains that only one time the the consumer, it is only fired once per consumer, and all those things. It has some of the very amazing feature. We might do a Kafka stream someday. What happened? There is someone on the Discord, I guess. I just heard. Yeah, there you go. Hi. Yeah, we did. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask directly on Discord right now. I'll be answering on the video. Okay. Joined successfully, Danish. That's amazing, Danish. Okay, that's great. You can message me directly on the Discord as well. Like that's completely fine. I'll probably answer. Okay, let's try an experiment with Svelte. By the way, how many of you have tried Svelte? Can we do a poll over here? Is that possible? Can we do a poll over here? No, we cannot. Or we can. I don't know. How many of you have tried Svelte? Just tell me, okay? So let's go on to the local host 5173. There you go. Why do I feel, where should I place the CSS, bro? How can I import? I think there is something called styles or something like that. Yeah, and I can place this over here. Not this. This is the Discord link. I want to place the tailwind thing. Let's set. Oh, what? Tailwind is down? No, this cannot be possible. Tailwind CSS cannot be down. Yes, exactly. This was weird. Tailwind was down. But we can do that without Kafka. You can definitely do that without Kafka, Spreet. You don't need a Kafka. Like I'll say at a general scale, right? At a normal, like, lower scale, you don't need Kafka at all. You can do everything using just Redis, PubSub. If you know what Redis PubSub is, but like Redis publisher subscriber, you can definitely do it using only that, right? If you guys have any tech questions, we'll be taking it today. So yeah, feel free to ask. Okay, so where is the framework guide? We are lost. We are lost. We have few other questions. What do we have? Bata do yaar index. What is, like, I'm thinking of buying a Mac. Bro, go for it. That's great. 16 GB Mac. I have the exactly same PC. Like that. Almost it has never freezed or, it has never given me any troubles. So it's great. Go for it. Okay, where was I? I was here, yeah. We have to paste this, so we'll copy this from here. I guess, will this work? I don't know. Yeah, it's working. It seems working. But I don't think so we should do it over here. Can we import some CSS file or app.css? Is that like how you do it? It's like, oh, you do an, okay, it's like this. Okay. That's how you do it. Okay. So the first thing you do is go inside source, you create app.css file, you paste this in the CSS file, and then you import the CSS file inside script of your layout file. So layout file is like the root file, I think. So this is, yeah, I can just say routes plus layout.svelte. Yeah. And then you say script. It's very much like Next.js. Yeah, that's how you do it. What is slot? I don't know what is slot. It was there. I placed it. We'll see. While doing testing in front end, what should we do? Like, we only test API's responses? No, bro. You test the entire thing. You test the user behavior. You test like how the app should react. You can look into it into the Jest documentation. They have an excellent documentation on how to test React applications. Okay. So now we don't need this because we have this figured out. And we have it over here. And where is our layout file? I don't know. Layout file. This is over here. What do we have? Oh, we have it running pretty successfully. That's great. Okay. So we have this. And let's try to build the homepage. So this is our homepage. We'll say homepage or like result page, something like that. This is a result page, and now what we want to do is we want to start by making a sign up or sign in page. So what we can do is I think it's folder based, so we can say we want to have a sign in, and if it is according to what I think, which is in the Next.js, it should be page. So we can do like h1, this is sign in page, what is sign in page, that's great. And then if I go to slash sign in, it's saying 404 page, it's not sign in page. Okay, how does the routing works in Svelte? I don't know. Let's see how do we route. So routing, let's go and study a little bit. So what they say is routing at the heart of SvelteKit. Okay, file system based router, the routes of your app, that is app URLs that user can access. Okay, it's file system based URL, got it. About creates a slash about route, that makes sense. And then slug creates a, that makes sense. This is exactly like Next.js. Each route dictionary contains one or more route files, right? And can be identified by plus. So any route file could be identified by plus prefix, that makes sense. Plus layout and plus error files apply to a sub dictionary as well as dictionary. Okay, that makes sense. All files that run on the client except plus server files. So plus server files runs on the server, plus layout and app files runs, page files runs on the client. That makes sense. Then we have plus page.svelte file. What does the plus page.svelte file? It defines the core, like the page, like the body of your page. Makes sense. By default, page are rendered both on server and for the initial request and in the browser CRR for the subsequent navigation. Like the initial request is in the server, the subsequent navigation is in the browser. Makes sense. Amazing. Then we have okay, so if you write this and then you have about plus page.svelte, this will be rendered at about. So why don't we render it in the, oh, so the spelling is wrong. Hey, we have the sign in page. Amazing. So let's quickly build a sign up form so that we can sign the user up. So what we'll do is we'll just say this, we'll just go to class width full, height screen, I don't know, bg gray slate 50, and then we'll just say flex justify center item center. And then what we can do is we can give some width and height to this. So width maybe 500 pixels, height, I don't know, height will be auto, or like width, let's make it like maybe like 3x2 or 1x2. 1x2 is kind of cool. Okay, so we can just give it like a white background and a border of slate, maybe something like this, and a border 2, so that's kind of good, and then rounded empty. Right. So next thing what we want to do is we want to basically say that we want to have an h1 where like sign in, right? There you go. And then we can have like some padding over here. So we can say padding 3. That's cool. We can increase the size of this to like text XL, right? And then maybe 2XL is kind of good. Okay. Then we should have a form over here. I don't know how to handle forms in Svelte. We'll research that, don't worry. And then action and all, we'll think about that later on. So we could have a form item, I guess. So this could be, do we have shardZN for Svelte? If that would be the case, that would be amazing. So we'll have a label, we'll have all these inside a div, so we can cut this thing. Okay, that's kind of good. So we can have a label, and then we could have for something like this is sign in, right? It should be sign up before. If possible, also build guard that also authenticate user allowed to go on. Yes, we'll do that. We'll do that. That's an amazing idea. Thanks, Ashpreet. We'll do that. So we have a label, and this label, let's give an ID to this. So we'll have an ID called, we can call it anything. What should we call it? We should call it email. And then this is for the email. Yeah. So now let's style this. We'll say BG. Should we have it this there? I mean the style file. I think we should have it in the style file. yeah, let's create a style file so that, you know, all the inputs could have like the same style. So we could have like dot input text, right? So we can say at the rate apply, right? And then we can define stuff. So we can have a border of like, I think 2 border slate, something like very dark, right? Great. So now what we'll do is we'll just like you assign this, and then input text, right? That's great. And then we'll style other stuff. So we'll say rounded full or MD. The MD is kind of good. And then what we can do is we can just, I think border 2 is a blunder. We should not do that. So there you go. It should be just border. Border is just border is kind of cool, right? Now what we can do is we can give it some padding. So we can say padding not 2 but 3. 3 is padding X should be 2, padding Y should be 1, I guess. That's kind of cool. Yeah. And then what we can do is we can so inside this label we can say this is actually name, or no, this is email ID, right? And then what we can do is we can give this form item like some like flex, I don't know, should we give it like a B over here? That's cool. Okay, that's how we want it. And then what we can do is we can just say that width should be full. So this will be width will be full. Amazing. And then we can just go over here. We can say margin top 3. That's good. And now we can start copy and pasting this. So we can just copy this, Y, paste this. And then instead of email ID, we can change this to password, right? And then from here, like we can change this to password, and then password, no, input text, same thing. And then we can change this to sorry, it should be password. Yeah, there you go. So that's amazing. So we had the input and we have the password. Also we'll have some validation. So let's quickly do the validation part. So this will be of type email, right? And then we'll have different sort of like, okay, different sort of like we already have a type. So that's bad. We should have email as a type, not text. Okay, so there you go. Now this is something interesting. What you can with Tailwind CSS, you can modify different states of an input. So we'll see how we can do that. So what you can do over here is we can say error, or like error focus, something like that was there. And I think invalid. Yeah, there you go. Invalid. This invalid state basically tells you when the input is invalid. That time what we can do is border red 500, and also we can say text. If this is invalid, then we can say text red 500. That's interesting. So if we enter something else, this will be like angry at me, and then what we can say is @gmail.com. This will be happy with me, right? That's great, right? That's what we want. So this is how you kind of like do like an invalid state styling in Tailwind CSS, if you guys did not already know that. Okay, so great. So we have email ID, we have stuff. You know that recently Tailwind CSS also released that sibling thing. Like, you know, you can style this based on the invalid state of this. That was also kind of cool. Okay, so let's move quickly forward. So the next thing what we'll do is we'll just say flex. We could have a button. So let's quickly go to the style page and let's create a button, right? So we'll say @apply, and then bg blue, something like that. And then something like dark, like that will be cool. And then we can say text white, rounded MD, px3, no, px2, py1. That's kind of cool. We have this wrong, so we'll quickly fix that. So right, so great. So we have the button figured out. So now what we can do is we can just have a div. Inside that we'll have a button, and we'll say class button, and then we'll say sign in over here, right? Great. Now we can give additional things to this as well. So we can go over here, we can say class md3, and then flex justify end, Great. So we have it. We have the sign in thing in the other side, which is amazing. Okay. So now what I think Ashpreet was suggesting, which is like if like the person has not signed in, we should do something like throw him out or something like that. We'll see how we can do that, and what is like how does the pattern of server side rendering and client side rendering is handled in Svelte. And I want to tell you guys, I know as much Svelte as you guys know. Like there's like you guys even know better than me. Like it might be the case because I have never tried Svelte, so this is my first time. Great, so far so good. The experience is good so far. So routing is easy to handle. Also, let's see, like can we like we'll see the layout thing in a while, right? We'll see how can we do that as well. So we have the sign in screen made. We should, I think, now focus on sign up screen. So we'll say sign up. So let's try something interesting now. So what we can do is we can just have an auth, right? So and then we can move all these sign in sign up to this auth, right? So we have both of them to the auth. Wait, hold on, there's something wrong. Oh, that's wrong. It's not what we want. Control Z. Okay, that's kind of cool. So now what we'll do is we'll just move the sign in folder to that, and then we'll take also the sign up folder and we'll move to the auth. And then what we'll do is we will be having sign up folder over here. In the sign up folder, we'll create plus page.svelte. This will be something interesting, guys. Like look at this. So we'll have the page.svelte. This is my whatever, like sign up page, right? Something like that. Now what we can do is we can just go to auth/sign in, right? This will be auth/sign in. And I want to take the layout and place it in the layout file inside the auth. So I can just say plus layout.svelte, right? And then I can just take the layout of this entire thing, place it in the layout.svelte file. And I think this is like slot is the place where you actually get all your children rendered. So inside this particular place, I guess, maybe inside this particular place, what we'll do is we'll have the slot over here. So I think that's how you render. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's amazing. So now this is showing this, like this is appearing super weird because the reason is we just have it 2 times over here, I think, in the sign in page. So let's kind of like fix that. So we'll just go to sign in page, I guess. And then what we can do is we can get rid of everything else which is on the top and on the bottom. Is this fine now? Is this fine now? Yeah, I guess so. So I think we'll have to render this inside some same parent or something like that. See, this is the parent is the same, guys. I would like all of you guys to focus over here, right? The parent is the same layout file we have, and inside that the body of the card is inside the sign in and sign up page, so that I don't have to code the stuff again. So if I go to sign up, you'll get what I'm. Oh wait, that sign up. The spelling is wrong. Right, you will see the sign up page is rendering inside the layout, which is great, right? So now what we have to do is just quickly kind of like build our sign up page. So we'll have quickly h1, and then what we can do is we can say call text and then we can call it sign up. That's amazing. Now we have, I don't know, super whatever. Okay, so we have this padding is a lot, I think. Yeah. Great. So now what we can do is we can have a form now. Inside the form we could have a div now. Inside the div we could have a class which is empty3, and then we could have a label which could be for maybe email ID. So first we'll need name in the form, like whenever we sign up, that's the name. And then what we could have like the input could have a class. The class could be input text, right? And then what we can do is we can give a placeholder and we can say something like I don't know, John Doe, right? And then we can give a name, so like name over here. That's kind of cool. And now we can quickly give like all these things. And now instead of name, you'll have, I think it's not class, it's ID. Yeah. So we can have like an ID called name over here. And then we'll replace this with email, right? And then that's for the email. And then the ID for this will be, sorry. So ID for this will be email. That's amazing. The placeholder will not be this. The placeholder will be your password. That's great. That's great. So now the next thing will be, so the name, oh, so the second one should be the email, right? That's wrong. So you should be you@something.com. Like that's what we want. And in the last one, what we want is we want the password, or like create password, right? So create password. Great. So we have create password, and then what we can do is we can just have this over here, and then we can place an ID and we can call it password. There you go. So we have a normal sign up screen. We just what we are lacking is just a button. So we'll quickly place a button over here, and then we'll write the spelt kit to handle this in backend. So we'll say sign up, and then flex justify end 3. There you go. So we have this, and then what we can do is we can just give it a class called button, which we have created previously. There you go. Amazing stuff. So now we have all the stuff which we need. Now let's see how can we handle this form submission in the backend and create a new user, right? So let's quickly do that. For that, I think we'll have to do a little bit of R&D, loading data, form actions. Let's do form actions. And then inside the form actions, what you can do is you can create plus page.server.ts file. Let's quickly do that, and let's see what does that do. Amazing stuff. So we have a sign in. So in the sign in, what we'll do is we'll just create a plus page.server.js. What does that do? Okay. So it's TS. And then what you do is you have what do you have? You have export const actions. What does that do? I don't know. The type of this is basically actions. Right? And then you could have multiple actions. So there's like a default option for us, which is an async event, and then like this. What can we do over here? So it will be a method post. So it will do a post request at the current location, which is interesting. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll go to the bullet. Okay. Now it has passed. Okay. So now what we can do is we can go to the form and we can say the method which we want to use for this particular thing is the post, right? So once we do that, we can handle this over here. How can we handle this over here? That we'll see. So we'll have to name everything because, you know, this is a form. This is like a form based submission. So I think name will be required. So not sure, but should be required, I guess. We'll just name this password, name, email. Oh, this is sign in, right? Why are we filling the sign in first? It should be sign up, right? So let's kind of move this page to sign up, and then after that we'll think about sign in, right? So let's first do the sign up. So the name will be name, right? And then for this the name will be email, and then for this the name will be right? So the name will be what? Password, right? And for that's it. And the type for this is submit, right? So yeah, the button type is submit. Amazing stuff. Next thing what we're going to do is, oh, it's also taking an action. We can also invoke the action from other pages. For example, oh, that's cool. So it could be invoked from other pages if you give the action URL to the same, that should match. Okay. So named actions, instead of default action, a page can have as many named action as it needs. Okay. So you could have like multiple named action. And how do you call that? Oh, you call that something like this. So to invoke named action, add a query parameter with name prefix by slash. Oh, that's cool. So that's how you do it. So let's now, so okay, so what I would like to do then in that case is I would like to have this particular server dot, like I would like to handle all the authentication at this auth server level, right? Not the individual sign in, sign up level. So for that, what we can do is we can go to the sign up, we can take the server file and place it inside the auth folder, right? Auth folder. Now we have the page.server.ts. Now over here we'll be creating, instead of default, we can create the custom I think what do they call it, custom actions. So we're gonna say we're gonna have two actions. First is a login action, which will be an async event and stuff like that. First, let's create a sign up action, right? So there will be a sign up action, which will be async event, and then we'll do something about it. First, let's try to call this, and then what you do is you just go over here and you say the method which I want to use is post. The action which I should have is auth. Oh no, it should be slash auth question mark, I don't know, slash, what was that? It was sign up. Interesting. So it's not accept, by the way, it's method, right? It's a action. Okay, that's the action I would like to call. That's amazing. Next thing, what would I like to do? Okay, so as well as action attribute, we can pass the form action attribute on a button to post the same form data to a different action than the form. Oh, that's amazing. Either you can do this or you can do like this directly, which is insane, right? You can't have default action text name, whatever. Okay, and then how do you handle this? So you just get the user from your database or something like that, and then return success true. Okay, so you just have to return stuff. Okay, let's first try to return just like, you know, success true, right? Let's try to do this and let's see what do we get. So we get a 500 internal error. So let's see what is the error we have got. So we'll go to the bottom now, and the error is plus page.svelte component for the route slash auth. Missing plus page.svelte component for the slash auth. Okay. There's no, why do I even need a page dot? So is it like required to have a page component in order to create an action? I don't think so. That should be the case. I should be able to do this over here. Plus page.server. Amazing stuff. And am I doing something wrong? So okay, let's read this a little bit. So it's saying as well as the action attribute, you can form action. So is it like, does it like I mean, does going directly inside the folder solves our issue? Let's see. So instead of this, if we just say default, right, and we go over here and we just what do we do? Instead of this, we just post. Oh, so it's, if it is default, I think you don't even have to do something. You just like post action is like, yeah, so that would work. That should work, I guess. If I go back, that's great. Sign up. Okay, so I have this. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Cannot read property, undefined reading, get fiber roots. We are getting some insane errors, guys. How should we solve these errors? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just let's create this a custom like sign up, something like that. And now what we'll do is we'll just go over to our form and we'll say action, and then what we can do is we can just say auth slash sign, what was the sign up, question mark slash sign up. I think, will this work? Let's see. So we have a button which have type submit. Yeah, so we'll just Cannot read properties of undefined reading get fiber roots. What is this error? Let's kind of do a little bit of R&D. So default action in the simplest case, a page declares a default action. You declare it like this. That's amazing. And then to invoke the action, for example, in the login page, you create a form and you do method post, and that kind of like solves your issue. Okay. Then why is it not working in our case, bro? Why? So we should not even be, according to the documentation, we should not be even required to do like any of this. Like if I just do like a default action, right? We should not be even like bothered to do any of that. So yeah, it was not having this type submit. If we don't have that, will it work? Like, will it work? Why is it going to slash all those? It shouldn't, right? I mean, why is it? Why do I get this error? What is this error? Let's try to Google this error. Uncaught type error, cannot read properties of undefined. Is this the error we have? What is the error we have? Cannot read properties, get fiber roots. Cannot read properties of undefined reading, get fiber roots. Ah, hmm. Let's read the documentation properly. Or like, I think restarting the server might fix the issue. Uh, Sometimes that does fix the issue. We'll just go over here. We'll restart the server. We'll go to our page, refresh this, and oh, that's that. Oh, that's not the error we are getting due to that. That's like that already exists for some reason. So we'll just say gmail.com, password something, and then sign up. Sign up. Why does it? Hmm. That's an annoying bug. To invoke actions from the slash login, you do this. But that's what I'm doing. You can also invoke actions from other pages. For example, if there's a login widget in the nav in the root layout, by adding action attributes pointing to the page, you can go to slash login. That makes sense. But why is it not working in my case? Loading data. Okay, how do you do that? You have access to the data. That's cool. That's amazing. That's amazing. Can we do this? Let's try this, and then we'll think about this error, because this will make us happy. So this enables you to pass any data from the server side while rendering it for the first time. So what we'll do is to just try this in the sign up page. Sign up page.svelte, right? According to this, you can create like a page.js, or in our case page.ts. So it'll say plus page.ts, right? And then you can say export function load. So export function load. You have params. Hold on this call. Hello. His voice, he's not audible. Okay, let's continue. My friend, hey, uh, sorry, I cannot pronounce your name. But hey, hi, what's up? Uh, so this is how you pass data to a component in a svelte. So what you do is you just do like, you just have a load function and you have params, right? And then what you can do, params or slug, what the, okay. So so you can just like fetch any data from your server and pass it to your stuff directly over here. So I'll just show you how you can do that according to the documentation. That like previously the documentation itself was not working for some reason. So I think we can give it a type like this, and then we can say page load. Yeah. And then we have to return like post, not post. Okay. So what do we have to return? You can return absolutely anything. So you can return like name, and I can say Jai. Right. So what does it say? It's just not happy with me. Name. You may only specify known properties. Name does not exist on page load. Oh, this is the return type, not the function type. Okay. So function type could be only declared, I think, by doing this. Right. And then we can do like an arrow function stuff. And then this would work. So now I can do like, okay, another, again, have a call. Hello? Okay. Let's continue. So this is the name, right? So if I just say a name and then I have some message, hey, something like, hey, how are you? Right. So if I like here, imagine a situation where you are fetching like data from your database, right? Like it's not like it's rendered on the server, so that's great, right? So you can directly fetch stuff from your database over here, right? And then what you can do is you can directly access this over to your page. Now how will you access this on your page? We'll definitely see that. So according to the documentation, you could have like a script tag, right? Inside the script tag you could have export let data, and the data could have a type called page data. I think so. That's how you do it. uh we'll have to import this. Can we import this or stuff like this over here? So import stuff page data from uh add, I don't know, how do you do that? How do you do that? So it's like a dollar sign dollar dot slash dollar d type slash, that's what we want. So yeah, where have we imported that from? That is from that. So we want the type from it's called page data. It's just not working. Forget it. We can have another h1 and saying like data dot what did we say, message or name, or like its name, I guess. Yeah, can we access the name? It's just angry at me like just due to this reason. See, we have passed the data directly from that particular stuff, which is like that middleware. So to Ashpreet, right? We will be doing the check that whether the user has authenticated before or not, right? Does that have like all the authentication credentials or not? In this, I think so. Like that's my prediction. I'm not sure that's what we'll do or not. How can we give a type to this? Oh, we can. It says this is the type. Okay. And then it says this is the type. Well, the type is same, page load, both of them, both of the places. So I can just page load is page data. Okay. So we can just copy this, paste this. And instead of page load, we can do page data. How do you import stuff over here? So you just do page data. It's just angry at me. Why are you angry at me? Import type declaration can only be done inside the TypeScript file. This is import in svelte. Single import. How do you import stuff? Oh, you import it directly like this. Ah, this errors has to lint. My lint is going insane. You forget to add. Oh, so script has to have like a lang ts sort of thing. Okay, interesting. So now we have the success, and now we can pass the data directly from that server rendered data directly to the page, which is great. Yeah. So we'll use this maybe afterwards. Let's now solve the problem of our form not getting submitted. So let's come to the real stuff. Let's delete this, and there you go. So we have 500 error. I don't know why do we have 500 error. We should not have 500 error. We'll have to restart. I think we it was not happy. We directly deleted that file. It is happy with me right now. 500 error. Why do you have 500 error? Oh, because data is not defined. That makes sense. Okay, there you go. Yeah, things are good. Things are back on track. Great. So now let's try to submit this form. Let's see what mistakes are we doing. Let's try to fix this. We have form actions. We went to form actions, and let's follow the tutorial one by one. Let's see what do we got. So let's create a plus page.server.js file. We created the page.server.ts file, which is correct. Then the file can export actions. Let's see, do we export actions properly? We export actions, which is of type actions, which is great. And then you have default async event. You have an event, and then you log the user in, whatever, do stuff. Okay. And then you just post, and that works. In our case, it is not. Let's log. Let's see what do we get over here. So it's working. If this is getting logged, and let's log the event as well. Let's see what do we get. If it is logging properly, that means this is working as expected. Great. So let's go over here. Let's go over here. Let's go to the console, and let's say test @test.com and some password. Let's see what do we get. Oh, we it's working. It's working. Yes, it's working. Okay. We have all those things over here, and let's see, do we have the data which is important for us? /auth/sign up has all the URLs, all the information for us. Oh, here's the URL. Here is the URL and password, I think, and this is the cookie, some sort of cookie for some data is not defined, whatever. Okay, great. So now what we can do is we can just we can handle this. We'll see how do we handle this in a while, but I think where is my they have actually defined how you can get the attribute. You can get the cookies, and you can get the request.get user, db.get user, email. How do you get the email? Data.get. Okay, so how do you get the data? Request.form data. Okay, that's how you do it. Let's do that. So what we can do is we can get the data by saying so we can get the data by saying await request event dot request dot form data. That gives you the form data. Now you have all like in the data you have all these stuff. Now to maintain the actual database, right, which we have, we will be having it all inside a text file. Again, we have a call. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead. We have a data. We have the data which we want. Now we have to create his account in the server. How do we create his account in the server? Should we connect him to the database? Should we do that, or should we have a text file? What should we do? Should we actually have a database? Having a database will be kind of like, it will be like, let's have a text file. Text file is always cool, right? So let's create a lib. We'll call this database. Our database will be a text file. So we'll say class database, right? And then we'll create a static function. So say like add user, right? So in the add user, we'll take a user. And then now user will be of user type. What does the user type mean? User type means uh, user type mean a name, which will be a string, and it will be an email, which will also be a string, and password, which will also be a string, right? No hashing, no salting. Right now, we just want to learn svelte, right? You guys could figure out hashing, salting, all those things. This is just a POC, proof of concept, for svelte. We'll just want to try how does the flow works over here. So we have add user and we have a user, right? That's great. Now what we have to do is we have to push this into a user's JSON file. So we will need fs from fs/promises, I guess. That's how you do it, right? Why no suggestions? fs/promises. What? This is really weird. This doesn't give me Node.js suggestions in the lib folder. What does that mean? Place files you want to import through this folder. Okay. But how do I... Can I access directly over here? Let's see. Is it like import stuff from fs? Node package autocomplete not working in Svelte. Packaging. I don't know. Let's import this. Who cares? So import fs from fs, right? And then what I can do is I can just say I can create a text for this. I can say a JSON text is equal to JSON user is equal to JSON dot stringify the user, right? And then I can say we dot write file, and then I can give the file name, which should be from path, which is in the path, right? And then what I can do is I can just join the path. So I can say path is equal to path dot join, right? And then I can just give it a path. So it will be users.json file, and then I will give the content, which is JSON text. Currently it will only store one. I think we will have some append thing like that. So first of all, we'll have to read the existing JSON file. So let's try to do that. So let's create a function for that. So we'll say, I don't know, what do we do here? Existing. Let's store the user in memory, bro. Let's store the users in memory. If we have to just build a POC, let's store it in the damn memory. That's the best. So over here, what we'll do is we will just create const users, right? This is all the users we'll have. So so when we get like users dot push, right, we'll have name, which will be data dot get name, And then we'll have email, which is data.get email, right? And then we'll have password dot get password. There you go. That's great. That means user created successfully and success is true. And then message is user created successfully. Can we redirect this guy to some other page or show some other UI that yes, you have been? Can we do that? Let's see. Form actions. What else can we do over here? So we have all these things, which is okay for us. Log out. You can delete the cookies and all. Okay, so we have to give. Okay, so that's sign up. The easiest way to progressively enhance a form is to add use enhance. So by preceding sections to build slash login actions works without client-side JavaScript, not a fetch inside. That's great. But when JavaScript is available, we can progressively enhance our form interaction to provide a user better user interaction. That's great. And then we have use enhance. Yes, it's little confusing that enhance action and form action are both called action. These docs action packed. These docs are action packed. Sorry, that's interesting. Without an argument, use enhance will emulate the browser native behavior just without the full page reload. Update form property. Okay, customizing enhance. How do you do that? You get form element and you do stuff over here. How do we redirect? That's the question. How do we redirect the user after a successful sign up? So there's like this server.js, which you can directly run server over. That's interesting. Okay. But how do you redirect the user? I think response by response we can redirect or something like that. So let's try to do that. Let's see what do we have in the event. Event.redirect dot response dot request dot what do we have? We have route request URL spelled how to redirect the user after form action. Okay, that's throw redirect. Okay, so it's throw redirect. We have a redirect function. That's interesting. That's more of like same as like what Next.js does. So we can actually instead of, so do we have redirect? And then I can say, oh, first is status. Status is I don't know 303. 303. So 303, and then I can say slash success sign up. Is that how you do it? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know. So this is my email. That's some password. Oh, that worked. That worked. That worked. That means this is how you redirect stuff. Okay. So how do you now? Let's render this. We'll have sign up success page. So let's quickly create a sign up success page. Let's create a page. So page plus page dot svelte. And then what I can do is I can just give a div and I can say class width full height screen bg gray 50 div bg white and then rounded md padding 3 We can go over here. We can say flex justify center item center. There you go. Where this one by two. Great. Now what we can do is we can just we can say thank you for registering. Uh, click click to click to login class ptn, and then I can go over here. I can say flex I don't know, not this, maybe flex center. Okay, that's thank you for signing up, and then you have this thank you for registering, click to login. So once you click to login, this will redirect you. So if I just, how do you do that link? Do you directly place, like, I think this is href, so we can just say anchor tag and provide an href to slash login slash auth slash login sign in, maybe. Great. So now great, that works for us. So amazing. The next thing what we'll do is we'll just try to sign in. So so we'll go and we probably will create in the sign in page. We have sign in. We will create a plus server dot svelte, not svelte, plus server dot ts, not plus server dot, it's plus page dot server dot ts. Here what we can do is we can export actions, which will be of type actions, not from there but from its type action from SvelteKit. So oh, that's easy. I can say actions, and then this is like this, and then I can just import this like this. That's kind of cool. The next thing what I can do is I can just export any action. So for example, right now I want to export this default action, which should have event, and this should have like event type. I don't know. This should be fine. Right? And then this could be async. I can call it return success, maybe true, and then I can handle the sign in over here. Now what I have to do is I have to set the cookie over here. Cookie will, either I can do a cookie based authentication or I can do a JWT based authentication. Let's do a cookie based authentication. That will be, I think, simpler. So we will just do a cookie based authentication. So let's get the data first. So we'll say event dot data, event dot form, or like, how do you do that? Request dot form data, right? There you go. And now what we can do is you can have all the form data. So you will have an email ID, which is data dot get email. So this is like an async function. So we'll say await over here, right? And then I can say data dot get, we want to get the email ID. So we'll say email, and then we want to get the password. Right, so we have the password, and then we can have a check that email, if no email or no password. How do you throw error in your actions? I don't know, it should be like throw new error, invalid, both email and password is required. There you go. So that's both email and password is required. The next step, what we can do is we can create a token out of this. So how do you create a token? So first let's create a JWT. So for that, I think we'll have to install some stuff. So we'll say yarn JWT or like JSON web token. Let's install. Now what we can do is we can just import JWT from JSON web token and quickly, oh, that's angry at me. Ah, wait. So we have that and we have JWT and now we can create a token. So we can say the token is basically jwt.sign. We can give it any payload. So I'll give the email as payload right now. That's a little bit funny, but we don't have the users over here. That's kind of sad. So we'll have to export this users from here, right? Right. So right. For now, let's say this is array of any. So this is users, and we are like pushing this to this, and then this is invalid export users, valid parameters, whatever like this. It's just angry at me. It says you can't do this. Okay, now this is happy with me. Okay, so now we have users over there. So now what we can do is we can just use that, I guess. So first let's check whether the user exists or not. So what we can do is we can just take the users, take the underscore users from there, and then we can say find someone with that particular email ID. So data.email equal to whatever email we have currently. That will give us any member which could be there. So we'll say user, right? So if there is no user, then we'll throw new error and we'll say no user found. And then if there is some user, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna have we're gonna match the password. So if user dot password equal to the password which your user has provided right now, if it is not equal to then we're gonna again throw a new error and we're gonna say password did not matched. Right, once we have all of that checked, we'll have the email and then we're gonna have an expiry or a configuration. I think the second parameter is basically a secret. That will not be a secret anymore because it's going to be simple. So simple secret. Please don't copy my secret, guys. It's very, very sensitive. Please don't do that. Right. So it's simple. Yeah. Let's keep a simple secret, right? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna have an expire in 5 days. 5 days, right? So this will expire in 5 days. There you go. So we have a JWT which is there. Now what we have to do is we have to set this in token. So I think it will be event dot cookies dot. Can we set this? Yeah, we can set this. So it takes. So we want to set the token and then we want to set the actual token. There you go. That's how we do it. Why are you so unhappy? This requires 3 arguments, string and an options. What is the options, bro? What do you mean? What is path? What is path? Specify the path value to set cookie attribute. Oh, where do you want to set it? Default. The path considered the default. By default, the path is considered the default path. Can I give like an all sort of thing? Is that a valid thing? Oh, yeah, I want to set it to everything which is associated with the current domain. So I want to set it for all of them. I guess this will work. If not, we'll see. So this is how sign in function works. Let's try this out. Let's say test. Oh, this is quite unhappy with me. Test will sign in. And we have internal sub error. Let's see what error do we have. This is insane. Okay. It says unterminated string literal. Oh, we did something wrong. Unterminated string literal. What do you mean? So if we give it empty, what will happen? Let's see. Let's try this again. So test@test.com and test. 500 error. What error do we have? What error do we have? No user found. Interesting. We are giving the correct errors, but it is giving 500 in the front end. So how can we show the valid errors in the front end is our next goal. So this works for now, but how can we do that? Let's go to the svelte documentation and let's figure it out. So we have page options. What do we have? Auto pre-render. Okay, that's great. Build and deploy, zero config node servers. Static site generation, single page apps, server only module, advanced routing you could have, and there's hooks, SEO configuration, frequently asked questions. How do I? Oh, there's a tutorial on svelte. Okay, let's try out the tutorial now. This seems interesting. So it says, okay, what is the problem? What is the problem statement? What do you want me to do? What does this tutorial wants me to do? This is not telling me that. That's wrong. On the right hand side, you see a tree view, handful, whatever. That's great. Package JSON will be familiar if you are worked with Node.js. That's familiar. Is listed project dependency including svelte, variety of scripts. How to handle svelte actions. Error states. I don't know. Svelte actions. Let's see. Use directives, svelte actions, svelte actions. So we have a doc on svelte actions. Let's see what do we have. You can do this, which is great. No, I don't want this. Svelte is so confusing, bro. Also, their doc is not very good. Why is it so? How do I return stuff? How to return stuff? How to handle form submission in svelte kit? How do I do that? That we already read, but this doesn't tell me how to handle. Okay, this tells me how to like handle the successful case, but what about the failure cases? How to handle the failure cases? If form dot set. Oh, there you go. Oh, you get a form. Okay, interesting. Ah. Oh, that's how you do it. It's pretty simple, bro. It's pretty simple. So you don't do like you don't do it like this over here. So it's great. Now I'm loving it. I was hating it before, but now this is good. Okay. So what we can do is we can just return and we can say result false and we can say message uh no user was found with the given details, right? Great. So we have that, and then we password, it goes quite the same scene. We have a return, we have result false, and then we have a message which is something like this, and they get it. Great. So we have all that, and then we could have like a message signed up successfully. There you go. So then you can go to your page, and you can go to, what page is this? This is sign in. You can go to sign in, sign in, and not sign up. I guess sign up. Yeah. So we'll go to the sign up, and we don't need this success anything now. All those all those bullshit we don't need. I think even in the sign in, uh, yeah. So here what we can do is we can so according to this, you'll have access to form.success over here. So we can render this over here. So we can say uh, hashtag if form dot success, where form is optional, is what do you say? If it is not like it did not like it, if it is equal to false, right? Then what do? You have like a hash slash if, right? So you render like this, and you say class padding 2 bg red 200 text red 500, right? And then I can render the message over here. So I can say form dot message, or like form dot question mark dot message. Where can I define the type of this form? Like that's not type safe, right? That's the first problem, and it is not telling me how to do that. Oh, here is like, okay, you have to do this, that I don't know. You'll have to say script, and then you'll say lang ts. I guess that's how you do it. And then what you do is you can say export let form, and the type of this will be action data. Action data. I can think we can provide any like something like this. We cannot. That's not good. Action data is not generic. What do you mean? Result message success. Oh, so it is automatically generating the types. No way. Are you kidding me? It is automatically generating types, guys. It is automatically generating types. So when I say this, when I say success, so it's not result over here. So if I just say result, it will give me the type and it will generate the type. So if I go and hover the form, it is result and message. That's crazy. How do you do that, Svelte? So we have success. So if I hover over form, there's no success now there, and it's 100% there you go. Great. Now we have that. So now as we have that, what we can do is we can go in our app, and like we can, like for example, we'll test it, sign in, and then like no user was found with the given details. Like that's pretty cool, right? Also, now we know how to improve our previous sign up experience, because we can show that you have been signed up over there only, right? And yeah, that's cool. So now Great. So we have this now, and this is great. Also, we can give some validation over here. We can have like a required thing, right? And let's actually try to now get the things up and working. So we have all these. Now let's try sign up. So let's improve the sign up now, because we know how does that work now. So let's go to the sign up. Sign up page success. We don't need this now. This is not required now anymore. So we can safely delete this, and we'll go to sign up. We have it over here. Great. And we have a div. So above this div, what we'll do is we'll create a script, and wait, we'll create a script, right? So, oh, so this was uh right. So great. So we have type. Yes. Okay. Now what we can do is we can give data. I think export let data. The type is form action. Form data. I think that was form data. How do you do that? It's action data. So it's not this. It's action data. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I think this is just give me errors. Why are you giving me errors, bro? Oh, but why is this wrong? Oh, so it's not type, it's lang, and then type should be module. There you go. So that I can use import and all those stuff inside this, which is great. So now this is working. Now we have the action data available to us. Instead of data, we can say form. That makes more sense. I think that's what we did. Yeah. So now, yes, exactly. Random work. That should be lang ts. That's why the error was coming. You're focusing. I am impressed. Let's drink some water, right? Now let's do one thing. Let's quickly have the form state. So let's go to the sign up server or whatever this is, and like avoid this. So we can just say what was that? It was a result. So let's use the same term, same type of like, so result. And then what we can do is we can go over here and we can say something like if form dot result equal to false, and then we end if like this, and then what we do is we just say form will be I know form is not always available. That's completely understandable. And then what I can do is I can just say I can probably take the same stuff. Is it false or true? So let's first build for true, because yeah, why not? Class bg green 200, bg text green 500, rounded md padding 2 3, something like that. You have successfully signed up, something like that. Let's give it a beer, and let's give it like a button. Go to login, and then I can just do like class button, and then I can go at the end and I can do like write ar yeah, there you go. So if we just try to sign up, right, test@test.com, and we just do root. Yay, we have successfully signed up. Now we can go to the login, which is great, which is exactly what we wanted. We have our flow going on pretty well. Now what we want to do is whenever this is clicked, so on click, right, we can run the redirect function, and we can redirect to some other place. I think, can we do this? Is it possible? Oh, it's take the status. So status is 200, and the location where we want to redirect is this, which is auth slash login, right? So great. So we have auth slash login, and it's not login actually, it's sign in. It is sign in, right? Sign in, yeah, it is sign in. Okay, so let's do whatever, like test, whatever, test, test, sign up. It doesn't work. It does not work. Why doesn't it work? I think we cannot do this directly over here. I think we'll have to write like a on click instead of okay, this is stupidity. We should not do this way. I mean, we are over complicating the stuff. So what we can do is we can just, instead of an button, we can mark this as an anchor, right? So this will make our work way easier. And then what we can do is we can just test, so auth slash sign in. There you go. Let's just, why are you angry at me? Const on, oh wait, this is not required. Yeah, there you go. So we have any email, and then I can say sign up, then I go to, yay, success. And then I can just use that email, I can use that password, sign in. Oh, that was not an error. That means the sign up flow is even working. So let's kind of like do something to redirect the user if the user has successfully like signed up. So where do we redirect the user? We redirect the user to the dashboard, which is the page.svelte, which is this one. So we'll call this h1 dashboard, and then we can say class text, maybe pxl, something like that. A very and we can put it this inside some div, and then we can give some padding to this, maybe 4 or something like that, which is great. Now we have something. So now let's try to log in, I mean sign in, whatever, and sign in. So if it is false, then do this. So is there a concept of state in Svelte application? That's the question. Do we have states? We'll figure that out. But for now, let's redirect the user to dashboard. So how do you do that? You directly go to the page.server inside the sign in, and once we do this, right, we can just say redirect, and we can redirect using like 200 status or 304 status, whatever. Like let's do it like 304 status, and then you can redirect this to like slash, which is the dashboard. Okay, whatever. Okay, so we have this, whatever, like we have successfully redirected the user. Let's try this out. So we'll say, and I think my password was test. Something is not working. I don't know what is not working. Why is it not even? If I just don't give a email, what will I receive? Please write an email. So I'll just test it, right? I think my sign in password did not match. So jet test. Yeah, not working for me. It is going till password did not match. If I refresh this, what will happen? It's just angry at me. So what we'll do is we'll just log this out, the token, and then we'll see what token do we have. So we'll have something interesting, don't worry. So we have this, sign in. Oh, we are generating the token. We have the token. Now we just have to, we are setting it even, like we just have to figure out why is it not why is it not redirecting us. Can we return a redirect? Is that a possibility? I don't know. That could be a possibility. I think so. Is it even reaching to this place? Let's test that out. So what we can do is we can go over here and we can say log redirecting. Okay. So that should be redirecting. My thing was test. My thing was, this was the email ID. I think this was the password I was using. And the redirect thing is not working. Okay, so we'll have to figure that out some way or the other. How to redirect from form action in Svelte. So this guy is telling me that simply throw this error. So you could change the status to 303 instead of to get changed to get request. Oh, so it should be 303. That's the error. That's the problem we were facing. So okay, let's try to do this. So we'll have the password as test, which we were having before. Yay! Success! We are on the dashboard, which is amazing. Now the problem is anybody unauthenticated. So we should also have the cookie which we created while authenticating the user. If we go to the application, if we go to the, I don't know, how do you check the cookie? Oh yeah. Can I have the cookie? Yeah. Do we have the token? We don't have the token. Why? I'm sad. Why don't we have the cookie? We have a session and we have all these 4 different stuff, but we don't have a cookie. Why don't we have a cookie? So let's kind of like delete all these. I'll delete all of them. And let's try to refresh this. I think we'll have, by default, we'll have some new. So we don't have a new cookie. That's interesting. So let's try to sign in again. We don't have a cookie. Can we set this in local storage or something like that? I think cookie.set event. Do we have a response stuff like that? I think the Svelte documentation had something for us. Let's check that out. I think that would give us an idea of how this works. So validation error. So all of my questions answers are in the documentation and I'm just not reading it. I think that's kind of like injustice with the documentation. We'll read it now. So anatomy of actions. So you have each request receive a request event following, and then request event has the form data which contains all your form data, and you receive it. Okay, that's good. After processing the request, for example, logging the user in by setting a cookie, the user can respond with the data that is available through form property in the corresponding page through form page.form app wide until the next update. Makes sense. So how are you setting a cookie? So cookie.set this, and you get this, and you so you do this. Oh, the path is wrong. Okay, so we do this. Okay, so and then you say success true. Then how do you handle this? So how do you, okay, so it's a validation error. How do you handle validation error? If not email, return fail. Oh, this is fail. Fail, bro, fail. If request couldn't be processed because of the invalid error, you can return a validation error along with the previous submitted form values back to the user so that they can try again. The fail lets you return HTTP request 400 or 4222 in the case of validation error along with the data. That's good. And then that's good. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, that makes a hell lot of sense. Okay, let's continue. Let's quickly continue. This should work this time. Okay, this should work this time. So let's go back. Let's try to log in. So we have this, sign in, and we have a token. Success. We have a token. So we have a token now. Now we have to do what is, nobody should be able to access the dashboard if that guy does not have a token. So that's I think called middleware. So we'll call it middleware in Svelte dev. Do we have a concept of middleware in Svelte dev? Someone has asked, how can I create a middleware? It's okay. I basically just didn't want to have to write same code over and over on every API endpoint, dry code. I got stuck looking for it. Okay, whatever. Svelte code have runs on, you can, so okay, whatever. So I think the first render is on the server, so I can directly write a server code there. Maybe not. I don't know. So let's look at the documentation. That should have something for us. This also we don't need. This also we don't need. This is cool. So read the doc. We have loading the data. We have loop form actions, and then we have all these different things. What do we need? We have page options. So okay. So we have, if you pre-render, it's likely that at least some routes of an app can be represented as simple HTML, and that should be pre-rendered. That makes sense. And then pre-rendering false, that will make pre-rendering auto, that will automatically decide, okay, that makes sense. And then you have pre-rendering service, that is route conflict, troubleshooting. Uh, hmm. So you have regions, US1, US2, further routing tutorial page options. I don't need tutorial on page options. And then state management. State management, you can manage a state like this. You could have a user, and then you could say return on load, return the user, and then you can have actions in the page. Okay. Oh, this is the load event. Okay, this is interesting. So does load event have like an like, does this give an event? If it does give an event, we can simply do this, very simply do this. So also, and also, I don't want this to be like over here. I want the page to be inside a folder called dashboard. We'll have a route, and we'll have a dashboard sort of thing, and then we can have like a plus page dot whatever, like plus page dot svelte, right? And we can copy paste all this stuff from here. At this, we can delete this stuff from here, and we can paste this, right? We have a svelte. This will be an error now because we don't have that page available to us. So this is like dashboard. So we have to do this in that whatever sign in page felt file we'll have to do, like, instead of slash, we'll have to do like slash dashboard, right? So we have slash dashboard, and we have a cookie. Interesting. Good stuff. So we have to create, I think, the page dot something like that, page dot ts, and then there's like export default load. I think it's page dot server dot something like that, page dot server dot ts, right? We have page dot server dot ts, and okay, so we have page dot server dot ts, and then load event should give some event data. So action event, I don't know, this should work. I think I'm giving the wrong name. So that's a good 500 error page. That's a good looking 500 error page. That's called page.server.js, I think. Page.server.js. We are creating the TS. And then you have a load which should return something. So let's do that. Server.ts, which should return. Why does this doesn't work directly? So we have export function, export default function. That's how you do it. But we want to do it like const, like this, and then something like this. And then does this have like a load? Oh, we have that. That's interesting. So we have load event. Okay. So it's like, I think we can do it over here. And then we can have event, and then we can have load event, right? And then we could write all the like, we can get the token in the event dot request in event dot get check token in felt. How do you do that? It's saying async function load can check the auth token. If there's no auth token, the user or whatever. Like, how do you do that? Svelte load. Let's ask Chat GPT, guys. Chat GPT is always cool. So we'll ask Chat GPT. Where are you busy, bro? Where am I busy? I don't know. I'm busy trying out Svelte. Live after so many days. Yes, bro. I was stuck in the matrix. The load function. How to check token? How to check cookie in load function build. Okay, it's giving me the answers. Let's see what does it give. So you do this. You have session context. Oh, so we have context. Okay, so context is the thing which we need. That's all what we need. That's all what we need. So event dot context. We don't have a thing called context. What? It's a page load. It's okay. So the type is page load. So we can say const load is equal to something like that, and the type of this thing could be called page load. Page server load. I think that's what it is called. Event dot cookies dot get token. So let const. What is the error? This is correct. Why are we expression expected? What? I think I'm forgetting my JavaScript. Let's create this like this. Let's do this like this. Okay. And then I mean, I did import this, right? Yeah, I did import this. So then I can just export default. Do I export default this or like only export? This is only exported. So I can just say export const load, whatever, something like this. So this would give us the token. And if there is no token, right, then we can redirect with status 303, or like we can return a fail, something like that, right? And then fail could have a message. What does the fail take as a parameter? This takes two parameters. First is the status, which is 404, no 405. What is the in like unauth status? It's 401 unauthorized. We'll set 401 status, and then I think we can send a message. Something like that. I don't know. So we can send a message and we can say, okay, you are not allowed to visit this page, something like that. Yeah, there you go. So will this work? The question is, will this work? I don't know. We're getting 500 errors. We're getting, and if we are getting the page successfully, if we delete the token and if we just refresh this, we are again getting everything properly. So that's kind of wrong. We should be redirected to, we have a redirect thing. Okay, we have a URL, redirect to slash login. Why does this does this not work? Or is it not working? Like, let's log stuff. Server check. Oh, it's definitely running. Oh, oh, that's the problem. We return stuff. 500 internal server errors. So the error is a load function in the src returns a non-plain object. Must return a plain object. And how do we redirect, bro? How? Let's read the full solution of ChatGPT. It said this: return the cookie. How to how how to redirect the user if there is no cookie directly in maybe load function. How to do that? Let's see. You can put some light on the new HTMX. Bro, I tried HTMX few days before, right? It's cool, but it's not cool enough. We'll do an HTMX video maybe someday. So it's telling me like simply do this. So simply return a, but the same problem will happen now, right? Because I mean, we cannot return a non-plain object, right? I mean, even if I return this, right? For example, if I just say redirect, right, to like, we can just pass the URL, or like, I don't know, we can pass the dash login with like 303 because we want to have like this as a get request, not as a any other kind of request. Will this work? That's the question. It did. Okay, this did work. Oh no, this did not work. There you go. So we are at login. So there's no login page we have. So we have auth/sign in page. We have written sing in instead of sign in. So we'll say sign in page, and we should be good to go. Oh, we don't have that page. That makes sense. You can say dashboard. Yeah. So if you're not logged in, this will throw you back to a sign in page, which is great. Now let's sign in. We have signed in. Let's have a logout button in the dashboard so that we can log out and stuff like that. So let's go to app routes dashboard page. Then let's have logouts functionality over here. So we'll need this page.svelte file, and then what we can do is we can just say button something like log out. Yeah. Yep. Great. And then we can have a div. We can just do this. We can do like class flex item center justify between. There you go. Not like that, but like this. There you go. We have the logout button there. If we click that, we should be logged out. And yeah. So let's try to do that. So the first thing what we'll do is we'll just say action. We'll say script, and it's lang ts, and we'll write a function. We'll say logout user, right? And then I think we can call that function directly over here by saying on click. Then I can say logout user. There you go. So that will trigger the logout user function. And now what we can do is we can just remove the cookie and refresh the page. That's one of the solutions, I guess. So we'll say window.cookie document.cookie remove or set, or I don't know. We can create some server action for this as well. So what we can do is we can just go over here. We can write export actions. And then what we can do is we can just say actions. That's more of what we need. We can just get rid of all of these things, and then we can create a maybe a logout action, right? So we can just import actions from the svelte kit, and then we have a event over here. And then what we can do is we can just do event.cookies.remove .set or like .delete, and then we want to delete token, and then this requires some path dashboard or like slash. That's kind of works for me. Yeah, there you go. So that token will be deleted over here, and then what we can do is we can just redirect the user to maybe slash login or like yeah, slash login, and then we can return this. So this is actions. And how will you call this logout action? You can simply use fetch for this. Let's try to use fetch. So we'll say fetch slash dashboard question mark slash, I don't know, slash question mark slash logout. I think that's how you do it. And we can mark this function as an async and this as a wait. Will this work? India wants to know. This doesn't work. Amazing stuff. Let's see, what do we is it not in like executing this? Yes, it's definitely executing this. In the backend is getting executed, I think so. Log delete. Oh, the backend, no, it's not getting anything from there. We're getting, and then we are getting 304 redirect slash logout, whatever. Is it even working? That's the question. Why is it slash auth less sign in? That's correct. But that's the logout. If we log, it's working. I think there was some demo in the documentation which was there for some logout data. I think so. Not sure. Let's try that out. Yeah, that's how you do it. So you delete, and then you say when.locales.user is equal to null. That's good. Now, how do you trigger this logout? That's the question. Only once. How do you trigger this logout? There's a, I think it's called actions. Like that's how you do it. ACTIONS. Export const actions. Page dot. You have logs, and then you just did this, and then you redirected log test. Doesn't work for me. Oh, there was an example with fetch. I think so. Event.current_target.action. Okay, that's how you do it. So I can just have an event. That could be, what would be the type of this event? Handle submit. It's not a form. Is it required to be a form? Oh, you can do this. Okay, we'll do this. Well, this is like the more, I find this good. So I can do like server.ts. This can help us execute anything. So we can say export function a get function, and then I can just whatever, like I can do this. It's a request handler. So instead of like this, we can just like const this equal to the get is equal to, and this is basically a request handler. And then I can just have stuff over here. I can have cookies. I can say cookies dot delete token, and then I don't know. Do we need anything else? We need a URL or something. That works, I think. Auth is slash, right, and then what I can do is I can return new response, redirect. Uh, I think response dot something was there. I can use that response dot redirect, and then URL is slash auth slash login or like sign in, and then I can give 303 as a status code. This should work. I don't think implicitly as, oh, this is not, this doesn't require a new thing. Okay, good. So we have this, which is plus server, and then I can, I think, directly call this like this. And as because this is a get request, I cannot place a get request over here. I think that's wrong. Oh, so we'll have to do API. Okay, that's sad. It's in the routes. It's in the routes. It's in the routes. So we'll say API. We can place the plus 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 server.ts file over there, and I can just get this cut, paste over here. We can get rid of this server.ts file, and we can trigger this slash whatever. Like I can say slash logout. Place it inside that. There you go. So now what I can do is I can, instead of calling dashboard, I can just slash slash whatever. Like what can I say? Slash API slash logout. I think, yeah, that's how you do. Good. If I just go and click this, I'll have, okay, so there was this thing which makes sense. So if I just do this, I get 500 internal server error. We'll say, why do we get the error? It says invalid URL slash auth slash sign in. It's not invalid URL. We'll have to, okay, slash auth slash, that's a valid URL. Oh, that's a wrong URL. Yeah, that's a wrong URL. So sign in. There you go. That's working. So our logout functionality is working as expected, and we should not have any. Oh, we still have the. I think the URL is wrong, so we'll have to go to page dot server dot, I don't know, sign up maybe. No, sign in page dot server dot ts, and then what we can do is we can. Oh, this is for the slash. Why are you not working, bro? Why are you not working? Because we are redirecting. Is that the case? That shouldn't be the case. I think it is happening because we are not. Is that how you handle it? How do you handle this? I think we were able to nail most of the things out, and probably I'll close the stream now, but it was fun. Felt is good. I think probably I don't have a lot of experience working. That's why I felt a lot of difficulties. People who are a little bit like people who have a little bit of expertise will do a lot more better than what I did. So they will be doing a lot more better. So I would suggest all of you guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, we'll be closing the stream very, very soon. So yeah, ask if you guys have any questions. Any questions? Anything? If there is no question, we'll be closing the stream now. And thank you, all of you guys who have joined, and have a really great day ahead. Bye. Bye.